damn thing gone blind. Bam a lamb, I said, oh, Black Betty. Bam a lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam a lamb. Bam a lamb. Whoa, Black Betty. Bam a lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam a lamb, she really gets me high. Bam a lamb, you know that's no lie. Bam a lamb, she's so rock steady. Bam a lamb, man, she's always ready. Bam a lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam a lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam a lamb. She's from Birmingham, Bam-a-lamb, way down in Alabama. Bam-a-lamb, well, she's shaking that thing. Bam-a-lamb, boy, she makes me sing. Bam-a-lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam-a-lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam-a-lamb.
Yeah, race fans, how's it going? Left Turn Broadcasting coming at you live, Pismo Beach, California. We are stoked to bring you our online broadcasting channel, getting it done with some NASCAR racing, and we are bringing you one of the biggest races that we have ever done here, and this is the season finale of Front Row Racing League, and they're going to be getting done for the C21 Pro Cup. This is it. This is the season finale. This is for that championship, that trophy, and all that money at the end that comes inside of that thing. It's going to be a one heated battle, and a long one at that. But not only this, though, we have a special guest in us with us tonight. My man, Ty Mack, right here, CEO of NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. My man, how you doing today, bud? Welcome in.
Thanks a bunch for having me. I'm doing great. Honestly, we have something really special here tonight. Homestead has hosted a lot of exciting championship races for NASCAR and so many other real-life racing series. And tonight, we've got the C21 Pro Cup Championship for FRR, and I'm beyond excited.
Oh, I mean, and it's going to be a serious battle of not only their strategies, that long run, but how they're going to maneuver their tires and whatnot, and see who's going to make what lines work. Who's going to search that track, find that speed? That's what we're looking for tonight.
Absolutely. So many different grooves that they can use on this racetrack. The banking is 18 to 20 degrees, depending on what line you're running, and the tire wear is going to be a factor. The draft is going to be powerful. And if we see long green flag runs or short green flag runs, it kind of depends on where the cautions fall. And that'll depend greatly on who our champion is here tonight.
That's one thing, too, if those cautions do fall. Now, I mean, again, this is going to be a pretty long race, so these guys should show some awesome patience when it comes to what they're going to be trying to perform on track, getting those tire pressures up, really being concerned about that long run due to the fact that this is a 100% race, folks. Oh, yeah. Oh, forgot to tell you. I know. I had to let that one slip. I want to get you sucked in here for a minute first before I actually broke the skinny to you. This is going to be 100% race, folks. 2% tire wear. So we're going to see all of that unfold in front of us. Who can keep it together the longest? And it's going to be a pretty epic battle. We're going to look at this track for a second since we were mentioning it. All right. Oh, there we go. My bad here. Get rid of that one. So on our track info here, we got our little track map action, and it gives us a great insight on what we have in store for us at Homestead. All right, folks. So, I mean, we are looking at the total track length of 1.5 mile. So, I mean, this is your typical 1.5er. It is wide, aggressive with different lanes and grooves. Of course, you're looking at 20% degree banking progressive, of course, in turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you will have a slight degree bankings on the straightaways, 11 degree on the front stretch with the 1,760 feet. So got a good drag race stretch right there, of course, with some banking to help you with that arc off the turn. Back stretch, you're looking at 1,760 on the feet over there, and with the 4%. So it's going to be a little bit flatter, which is going to make that exit coming out of 2 very crucial. So a little quick go around there. Now let's take a quick lap around the track. This is going to be a lot of fun here, folks. We actually did a little. We stole some rental cars, pulling a Daytona, Days of Thunder type thing here. So we're gonna take a lap around with some rental cars real quick, and go for it. So we're coming out of pit lane right now. Timac, what do you got for us here on the track in general, of course, and some histories behind it?
Absolutely. It's one of those tracks on the schedule that you kind of need to visit it to believe how beautiful and amazing and exciting it really is. It's not your typical 1.5 mile oval. There's a lot of progressive banking, a lot of different grooves that you can run. There's over 1,000 palm trees, 15 different kinds, scattered around the racetrack. The grandstand seat about 55,000 people. It's just the atmosphere at this racetrack is what makes it really exciting. You can see you used to see the palm trees on the back straightaway blowing in the wind when the cars would drive by. You don't see that as much anymore. I believe that they've trimmed those down or got rid of them. But it's just a unique place. Very beautiful track. It's
those
a
palm
drive
trees you're talking about right there. There they are. You're just a little early on the palm trees. There they all right there, man. Just swaying in the wind. Love it. Love it.
Absolutely. So many different ways you could run this track. So many different ways you could set the car up. And we're going to see a lot of everything tonight.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is when you mentioned so many different ways of running this track, there's a multi-groove. You have the high line, middle line, low line. I've been running this track for the last basically 3 weeks or so over in the eye, and with multitude of different cars. So and when it comes to their style of entries and exits, they're virtually the same. You just need to milk throttles a little bit differently, your braking points. That's another thing, dragging that brake. Who's going to be able to get on that brake properly as they need to on the entries as you see them coming into here, into 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 right here, coming out, or I'm sorry, 1 and 2, and they're coming out right here. Now, I mean, there's that center drag brake that you can utilize to help that car rotate and turn, saving your tires. So we'll see who's going to utilize that drag brake method, and that's, I'm telling you, it's really going to save their tires in the long run, and we'll see if it gains them that overall track time.
And you could see his right side tires rode around the seam in that last turn there in turns 1 and 2. That he clearly found some grip there, clearly found some speed that he liked. And whoever's driving here in this, you could tell where he preferred to be, and he executed perfectly, put the car right where he wanted.
Yeah, I like how they're just demonstrating the different lines as they're running around doing the track and whatnot. But I mean, again, this is what we're going to be seeing here, and that's why this track is so popular when it comes to the championship in general. It's the ability to race all over the track and be fast at it. That high line can really take off. You rubber that thing up a little bit. I mean, there's a multitude of different possibilities here when it comes to the initial lines of this track and how they're going to be performed tonight by these drivers.
Absolutely. So much speed to be utilized everywhere around this racetrack. And honestly, it depends greatly on where they set the car up for to run at this racetrack, where they get shuffled on restarts, things like that. But honestly, at Homestead Miami Speedway, you're never really out of it. There's grip everywhere. You can find speed everywhere. Even if you get shuffled 3, 4, 5 wide, you can still bounce back and get right up there again.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, and that's exactly what you do. You search for that line and that grip. I was looking at here, we're going to give a quick view of just the playoff and the points. It's kind of a dated one, but it'll show who's in this so far when it comes to it. And, man, we got a who's who. We got the JCR team who is, and then versus Flash 9, more or less, that it's going to be going off for the championship tonight. Ty-Mac, before we jump into our national anthem tonight, can you give us a quick insight on tonight's drivers and the championship that they're about to fight for?
Absolutely. And honestly, it's an honor to be here because I know a lot of these guys. I know how talented they are. I race with them in several other race leagues, and they're all very fast. They're all pros and know exactly what they're doing. JCR clashing in that 51 car. He's very confident coming into this race. He says that he's going to take it easy in stage 1 and stage 2, wait for the final stage, have some good track position for the restart, and then really show what he's got. Flash 9 says that it's going to be a lot about the draft and pit stops and executing well on that end of things. JCR JWoww is back, is really pumped up in that 21 car. He says this is his big chance to show who he really is as a race car driver. He's had some bad luck this year, but 2 wins for him as well, and he's really going to be hungry tonight. ScottyB, didn't get a chance to speak with him before the broadcast began, but I know how talented he is, and I know how hungry he is when it's all on the line. And tonight we have something special, folks. It is all on the line. The FRR Pro Cup Championship, sponsored by Century 21.
Oh, absolutely. Whatever you could have been, oh, man, well spoken right there when it comes to the driver insights and what they have in order to get this thing done and what they have in mind. So again, you have the Scotty B, who's been going through his battles throughout the season, where fell back a few races, crashed, whatever happens, and then he fought himself back into it. So there's been a lot of up and down with all of these drivers just to make it into the points that they're in right now. And this is it. This is the final race, man. This is where it comes down to who's going to grab that trophy. I mean, and this is huge. This is really big. These guys have been fighting for quite some time. And before we jump over in there, let's give a quick shout out to Mucka, CEO Front Row Racing. Mucka, you got a copy.
Hey, Sean, you got me?
Oh, yeah, we sure do, buddy. There you are. All right, let's bring you on up. Mucka, CEO, Front Row Racing right here, buddy. Driving that 2 Penske Ford. Bro, give us a, how's your excitement level right now, dude? Where's it at? 1 to 10? I mean, come on.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get this race rolling. It's been a long journey this season with Front Row. It's been a lot of races. Tonight's the night to decide who gets that trophy, and don't count out those other guys. Just because we're not in the chase doesn't mean we're not going for that win. I like example Pittman. He's got a really fast car tonight. I'd keep an eye on him. But just excited, ready to go.
All right.
I mean, Long Shot, myself, and Field Filler are all fighting for that, what I like to call the booby prize. Trying to end up with the most points outside of the championship, give you a little extra going into next season. But we're prepared and ready to go.
All right, buddy. Well, let's get to it. So we're going to drop us over into that, our national anthem tonight, which is it's epic. I love it. I'm just gonna not say too much more about it, but we should have all kinds of fun stuff with this one. But folks, of course, our proud moment here for Left Turn Broadcasting. All of this, of course, brought to us by Century 21 and JCR. And here is tonight's national anthem. Hope everyone enjoys. Be back in a moment.
Oh, say, can you see
Yeah, folks, you know what time it is. It is time to get this season under its last race right here. Left Turn Broadcasting, bringing it to you. Century 21 Pro Cup. All this brought to you by Century 21. And, man, we got one heck of a show planned for you. We got Ty Mack in the booth right here. Ty Mack, give a quick shout out to everybody.
Marley, don't forget the
Man,
closet.
going to be some great racing tonight. Long one, too. 100%er. Two-time tire where we have the cautions on, of course, damage. Or cautions are going to be the manual cautions, so they will spot out trouble on track and call it accordingly. So we are just waiting for that countdown right now, and we're jumping into this thing. Give us one moment here, folks, and we will be with this thing here shortly.
We can't wait for this one either. Mucka hit the nail right on the head. A lot of drivers outside of the final four that are going to have a great run here tonight. Mucka's got to win this year. And he's looking for another one. Long shot is always fast, so look out for those two guys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and all these boys are fast. I mean, and there's going to be such a wide open track with a multitude of different lines to run. These guys are going to be able to run all over the place. Search this track out for its grip. Utilize that tire wear. See who's going to run that high line for a while. Then get to the bottom line, scrub off those tires a little bit, because the tires will wear a certain way if you run a certain part of the track the entire time. So you want to scrub some of that off. More things to search around when it comes to this track. All right, here we go. We're coming in. All right, folks, we are launching into this thing right now, getting into it. Let's get her all started up here. Now, again, this is Front Row Racing. This is the season finale here. This is a championship run. These boys are all fired up on track. We're just waiting for us to click on in. It's taking its sweet time today. But, yeah, again, we're at Homestead. It's going to be one heck of a finish to this race, especially with the length of it. Who's going to be able to maintain not just their speed on track, but it's going to be their consistencies. All right, here we go, folks. Front Row Racing right now. The starting lineup. Going to be getting it done here on pole. Bad Bass Marley in the number 12. Penske Ford with his qualifying time of 31.451. Awesome run there for Bad Bass Marley. And of course, he is all about the MLTV setup in the garage. So look for this setup in that garage when he's done with this race, man. Oh, great job to Marley in that Penske Ford. Getting it done in pole position. Sitting outside pole, Flash 9 in the 47 machine. Got that Chevy, gonna have that horsepower sitting on the outside with his qualifying time of 31.526. Look for Flash 9 now. He's in the playoffs, so he's sitting beautifully right now for where he wants to be, right up toward the front. But look at this, we got J-Wow is back. That JCR cat right there in the 21. And he has his qualifying time of 31.550. Now he's also one of the cats to win this thing tonight, so he's just right there on the inside with great preferred line on starting. We have Dead Man is back. Dead Man right here. Bass is all right here in the 4 with his qualifying time of 31.577. So Dead Man out of it, but in it, man, because he's going to win this thing tonight. Show him what he's all about. ScottyB. Oh no, in the 88, 31.602, his qualifying effort. ScottyB fighting for that championship tonight, starting up front. So that's great news for him also and what he's looking for. JCR flashing, sitting outside of him in that 6th position. JCR flashing the 51 with his qualifying time of 31.629. Again, this is our final driver right here who is fighting for that championship tonight. So, man, they're all up front, all fighting with each other. Captain Cootie, my man, in that 6 car. He is sitting in that 6th position, or 7th position right now with his qualifying time of 31.697. Nice job putting it up in the top 10. See what Captain Cootie has for us tonight. Pittman. Pittman. Always the Rick, no longer the Rick. In that number 11. See his qualifying time of 31.698er. And he got himself sitting in that 9th position right there. It's top 10. Good job. Good run for him. Field filler. Here he is. Field filler in the number 5 machine. His qualifying time of 31.704. So field filler getting her done nicely in that inside the top 10. Outlaw finishing up in the top 10 right here. Here he is. My man, Cortana Outlaw, the number 18. His qualifying time of 31.902. All right, we got Lucca, CEO, front row racing, yeah! In that two, Pinsky Ford. His qualifying time, 31.934. Going to be sitting a little more toward the back of the field in 11th position. He's going to save his tires. He's going to work his normal program, and we'll see him at the end. Can't run with T, it's a long race. Long shot. Uh-oh. He's going to be pulling the long shot today, starting in that 12th position. Going to rock and roll that Toyota, that 19 Gibbs, up toward the front with his qualifying time of 32.126. You'll see him charging from the front. Oh, man, True Death. All right, in the 3 machine. Get him, True. All right, True Death. Now he's qualifying in the 13th position, back over the field. His qualifying time is not available due to rescuing a squirrel. And we will hear the story behind this one after the race is over. Should be pretty interesting. Legitimately rescuing a squirrel. Misfire in that 8 car with the DQ. Now he had a flat tire. And, so some car trouble, Marley would know all about that one. So we got, flat tire in the back and Misfire going to be getting her down in the 14th position. All right, folks, here we go. About to launch this thing. Green. And let's look for it. Bad Fast Marley leading this thing off. Timac in the booth tonight. And we're looking for an awesome race. It's a 100%er. Sit back, relax, let us do all the work. Well, they're going to do all the work. We're going to sit back, try to call it. Green, here it is. Drop the green back. Last race of the season. Front row racing. Brought to you tonight by Century 21. Hometown Realty all over the U.S., all over the world. And JCR as Marley gets himself up to a rocket of a start. And looks like the 47 flying.
What a launch the 12 got right off the hop. He jumps out to 2 or 3 car lengths over the 21 of JWoww is back. Flash 9 in the 47 running in 3rd.
And look at this battle right there, the 47 and the 4 car Deadman now already making his run to the outside. 47 up there trying to get that momentum and get that thing to stick and hook. But you have, again, the runs are starting to build toward the outside. Look at the 21. Marching forward, utilizing the upper lane right now, trying to maybe straighten them tires just a little bit, utilizing that momentum, and it's working. Now he's catching up to the 12 car, and he's right there on his bumper.
Already we're seeing the outside line work, and it's coming in early, and now we got a side-by-side battle for the lead as the 21 goes to the inside.
21 is on he's under the attack right now of the 12 car. 12 car is on the outside, but he has more company on the outside there, Ty. It looks like you got the 47, you got the 4 Deadman. All those guys are sitting there lined up, kind of, so not really letting up. Now, 21 finds his hole, jumps back up into line. Marley Steele with that outside line via hauling.
For the most part, it seems like the place to be is the outside line. You can see the advantage they get, the cars on the outside coming out of the turns, and then most of these cars line up there for the straightaways, of course, to set up for the next turn. So the draft is more found up there.
I mean, look at the action right now, Ty, up up toward the top here. We've got the 21 is holding a really firm, kind of not all the way to the wall, but he got really close there. She pushed just a little bit coming out of 2. As he brings her back, and again, that's going to scrub off not just speed and tire, but plus tires. So he's going to have to look for those maneuvers. And look at the 4 car high to the outside. Look like he's dragging some wall. Going to be narrowing up his car just a little bit.
A little bit of contact with the outside wall for the 4. He's going to regroup. He lost a few spots, but he's still in this group and inside the top 10. That's Deadman.
Man, I'm looking at this though, but we still have that run. We went on the 21 for quite just a few minutes now, and he's now gaining on the bumper of the 12 car. The 12 car, Bad Fast Marley, still leading this race as he put this thing on pull right now. And look at this thing, he has a rocket right now, and these guys are ganging up on him. And woo, big push down the straightaway, but Marley just flying in this Ford right now. He's got this thing pegged, this thing looking beautiful, either high or low, don't matter. He seems to be very comfortable behind the wheel of that machine right now.
2 Fords kind of ganging up on the Chevy. They're using the outside line to their advantage. Marley still holding strong as the race leader, but now JWoww taking a look to the inside.
Here comes the 21. Woo! Coming up, but Marley has that run on the outside. Look at that, Ty. Kept the RPMs up. Horsepower's 10. Highline's doing its job right now, not only saving the tires, but give these guys a lot of momentum coming out of out of 2 and out of 4.
A little bit of contact made there. I believe it was the 88 and the 11. They both held on to it. They're both soldiering on. The 88 is ScottyB, one of the final 4 drivers, having a good battle inside the top 10 early.
Man, as they go side by side now, it looks like the 47 is going to challenge this sequence. Flash 9, he want to get into this fight. He's going to challenge on the bottom line, but here we go, folks. You need to also understand is that bottom line, you're putting a lot more pressure on those tires. It's going to build that heat up more. You're going to wear those tires down, and as those tires start to wear, you're not going to have that long run capabilities at the end, as these guys are all starting to line up toward the outside, saving those tires. Look at that.
Close quarter racing for second and third there, the 47 and the 51, 2 of the favorites possibly to win the championship here tonight, clashing in the 51, Flash 9 and the 47. Every now and then, Tron, we see these guys get a good run with the outside line. Woo! They dive down to the bottom to use it, but then they get stuck down there 3 wide.
Yeah, that was beautiful, man. That was a little wiggles right there, but here comes clashing in the 51, marching forward now, getting it set on the center. Marley goes high to the outside, and then that was a 3-wide battle right there for the lead. Pressure getting put back on the 51 by the 12 car. 12 car right there, utilizing some of the draft, get right on the bumper, but needs to get out so he can get some downforce on that nose, as now he is trapped in some of that dirty air, and he's going to have to fight his way back through it.
What a power move that was by Clash into the 51. We have a new leader for the first time since the start of this race. Marley back to third, and Clashin, one of the final 4 drivers, up into the race lead. I spoke to Clashin, the driver of the 51, before this race started. He said he was just going to ride stage 1 and stage 2 and try to get good track position for the final stage and then make a charge for the front. But here he is charging to the front early and taking the race lead.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with these guys thus far. I mean, this is front row though. This is where these guys will run very tight, close quarter combat here, utilizing the best of their equipment, but not abusing their equipment. And this is what we're looking at right here. We're seeing a challenge for the lead. We've seen it all go crazy, but then not go crazy due to the fact that they still have a long race left yet ahead of them. So it's a long run, man. This is what it's all about here on this 100% race. Is you have to remember, this is twice as long as what they've been running all year long. So the patience value is going to be through the roof. I mean, I want to take some stock in that patience value right now.
Sorry to cut you off. Patience and decision making definitely going to be 2 major factors in this one. Like you said, 267 laps. This is going to be a long, grinding race. These drivers probably just want to settle in, find their rhythm and comfort zone, and just drive it like they stole it.
I don't see a lot of settling in right now, bro. I mean, look at this, man. They're still just getting crazy up on the wheel. 12 car going for the dive move on the bottom. Looking and searching, finding the grip on the bottom, gonna launch this thing out as he comes flying, but it wasn't too much. Really high to the outside, keeps her up the wall, keeps the momentum up, and he's gonna go 3 wide. Holy but Jesus, oh man. Let's gotta get some action out the way. I mean, who cares? We got 100%er ahead of us. I would like to see if they can continue this the entire 100%. That would definitely show the talent level of these dudes. Woo, as we get some wiggle and wobbling back there, a little bit of contact.
Well, the cars really had to grab a handful of steering wheel there. The 4 car was one of them, and the 88 really did a piece of driving there to miss them. The 88 of ScottyB and narrowly missing the 4 there. And they're all still in one big pack, a little bit more spread than they were about a half a lap ago. And they're all chasing the 51 of JCR Clashing.
Yeah, let's drop in on the 88 and see exactly where he's at and how he's doing throughout this race. He is one of the championship contenders right now, as he is currently running, I believe, in the 7th position. Maybe 8th, yeah, let's see. Sorry, we're counting right now. There, I believe the 8th position, so he's sitting back. You know, he's in the top 10, he's right there behind field filler, charging forward, but he did get some piece of that contact now. He's gonna have to really use some of his, his skills here, driving this thing back toward the front. It's a long race, so you gotta be patient, all the way through with this car. Even if you lose precious time on track, you don't want to try to gain it all back all at once. You need to gain it back slowly so you don't burn those tires off. And it looks looks like he's just trying to set his pace and he's trying to reel in the 5 car, field filler. But look at this, the 47, back at it again.
A good battle here for second, third, and fourth. I've been watching it. Flash 9, JCR, JWOW is back, and then the bull sitter, FRR, Bad Fast Marley in the 12, running fourth there. The 19 trailing all of them, and he rounds out the top 5. And they've kind of separated themselves from the rest of this lead group just a little bit. The top 3 spots are being held by final 4 drivers, and then ScottyB in the 88 car scored in 8th, but keep in mind, no pressure. Long race, as long as ScottyB keeps it on the lead lap and has no damage near the end, he still has a chance to go out there and win this championship.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like you know, this is what it's all about here. It's about the consistency. It's, you know, this is where that time on track, this is where it's going to be explained to you, folks. No jokes, no fans or buts about it. These guys need to get this thing onto pit road, off pit road as fast as driverly possible, all right? No jokes. I mean, smooth, too. Any kind of fractions here is just going to devastate you. As you see, this has been a 100% race, you know, clean race so far. And I foresee this thing being the same all the way through the entire run. I actually wouldn't mind taking a little bit of money bets there on that one, Todd, on will we see a 100% green flag run for tonight's race. What do you think? But I know it's a long shot, which, you know, you're familiar with long shot, so, you know, hey, you know. I mean, what do you think?
We very well might. All 14 of these drivers are very talented. We very well might, and I know a lot of them have been practicing for this because, as you mentioned, and as everybody knows, there's a lot on the line here tonight. This is no ordinary Homestead Miami Speedway race. This is for it all, folks. This is for the Century 21 Pro Cup Championship here. And there's a lot on the line. These drivers have been really practicing for this. Every single one of them looks like they know exactly what they're doing so far. Their cars are starting to get into the stage now where they're going to start to slide around a little bit. For the short runs, it seems like the grip is there, and these drivers are looking to keep this a clean green race.
All in all, I mean, we didn't really have a chance. We were kind of going through a lot at the beginning of the race here, Ty, but we didn't get a chance to actually get our selections on who we think are going to take this thing tonight, man. Give a gander, throw one out there. Who do you think?
You know what? I think my pick for this race would be Flash 9 in the 47 as he's battling for the lead right now with Clashing in the 51, JWOW right there with him. Flash 9 knows how to execute in these high-pressure moments, and there's a lot on the line tonight, and when there's lots on the line, it seems like Flash 9 knows how to rise to the occasion, and so he just took the lead, third different leader of this race, so it's looking good for him in the 47 so far, Tron.
No, absolutely. I mean, he looks like he might have himself one long-run type of a hot rod, which is going to be exactly what these drivers are going to be screaming for today, as these tires are going to start to wear as this fuel burns off. But yes, the 47, a great choice there, bud. Really is. I mean, between the 21 and the 51, those were my two thoughts right there on who would actually, you know, who's going to have that consistency, not just speed, but consistency. But I don't know. I could go with the sleeper though as well. I mean, because we have a lot of other fast other drivers out there, Barley sitting on pole. We'll see if he can muster up some speed to pick it up, but I'm still thinking the 21 may overtake the field and at the end take home that checkered flag.
Very well might be right. There's no wrong picks here. All
right.
14 of these drivers are very talented. Long shot, Bad Fast Marley, Flash 9, you name it. They all know what they're doing. Whoa! Clashing in the 51 had to grab a handful of steering wheel. He saves it, and he's still right there with the top 2.
Yeah, big wiggles there on that guy, dude. We're talking some going right and left today at Left Turn Broadcasting, man. Woo! I mean, that's not what you want to see, but this is what we're starting to notice here, folks, is that these tires are starting to wear, which is going to be the getting toward the end of the run here, of their fuel run. And we're going to be looking for those green flag pit stops, and those green flag pit stops happening soon.
The 21 found the outside wall just a little bit coming out of turn 4. It was enough for Clashing in the 51 to take advantage, and he's going to go to the inside heading into turn 1 and take over second place. And that puts Clashing up to second. JCR, JWOW is back to third.
So these guys duking out pretty good. But look at this. So Flash is just starting to check out right now as these teammates are battling each other. And I'm liking this. This is pretty good pretty good stuff here because the 47, ooh, and just as we say that, coming into pit lane now, green flag stoppers. So we're looking at a little more of a short stop here, Ty. This is we got 4 laps left remaining in fuel. We still have 44% left of tires on the tracker that we're looking at here, and we have 52 laps remaining in stage 1. So we're looking at a little bit more of a short stop program and not really burning this thing off. So, I mean, look at the time that he's going to be able to make on track just by having those tires, though.
Exactly. This is a little early, but they're in the window now where they can make it if they were to come down pit road now and make it on 2 stops in total in stage 1. They're getting about 30 to 31 laps on fuel here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. It's a little early, but he can still make it on the same amount of stops from here to the end if this entire stage goes green. So you're right, might be trying to take advantage of 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, leapfrog some of these drivers, and maybe take off with the race lead. He was in the lead group when he made this pit stop.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see where he's going to be able to come out of this thing. You see the Bad Fast Marley here rotating on the higher line. Again, saving whatever's left of the tires if they're burned off by now. I mean, we're looking 2 laps on fuel. Long shot staying out. He's still got plenty of tire left on his car, but he's not going to be running as fast a laps as the rest of these guys. Flash 9, our leader, now in.
Number of pit stops going on, Tron. Yeah, pit road, a very busy place. Dead man in the 4 leaving pit road. ScottyB, the 88, is now coming down pit road, coming to a stop at his pit stall. The 3 car is leaving his pit stall now. That's True Death. Very busy place right now.
Oh, True Death right there. He's in a Night Rider machine today, man. Watch out for him hitting the turbo boost, bro. He will, though. I mean, he can find himself some good speed. Start from the back of the pack after playing hero and saving Alvin, man. I'm stoked, bro. Hey, hats off, man. I love Alvin. He the man. All right, so I'm glad you saved him, and he's all good. But he's gonna charge through this field. Watch out. Got Pittman said he had a pretty fast car here tonight as well, and look, and he's probably getting her up to speed right now, coming out of pit lane or bringing her in. No, bringing her in. So he's dropping this thing down. Same with Field Filler in that 5 car. So these guys ducking on the pit lane right now. As you see, I mean, that's pretty much it. Those guys ran those cars out of fuel and out of tire. So will that play dividends at the end of the run as opposed to the, how if you were to short stop there, Ty?
Right, it might level out in the end if this stays green, but I don't know, you never really know. It also depends on the driver, depends on the track, it depends on their setup and how rapidly their tires are wearing. So there's a lot of factors that weigh into that, and it'll be interesting to see where everybody is when this all cycles through. I think that everybody has been to pit road now. Field Filler in the 5 is now leaving pit road along with the 11 car, and from what I see, they were the last 2 to visit pit road.
Okay, well, jumping back on our leader here, Flash 9. Flash 9 was our leader as we got into our pit cycles, and then now it looks like he's dropped himself into the 3rd position as we see the 51 of Flash, and now our race leader with the 21 in 2nd place. That's JWoww is back, JCR. So we got JCR 1 and 2 with Flash 9 hot on their bumper. We're talking hot too, man. He just pitted. He pitted after these guys did, so he's going to have the freshest of tires. Now he's on their bumper. If he can just get past him and clear him without utilizing a lot of his rubber, he can now use that, the fresher point of his tire to hopefully extend his lead and march away from these guys. But we have some lap traffic maybe playing a role here in just a second. See that there, Ty?
Yeah, I was watching that. It kind of looked like Flash was trying to use the draft with the lapped machine. I believe it's the 18 car, but JWoww just made a bold move to the bottom, and he's going to take the race lead from Clashin. Keep in mind, as you touched on, Tron, JCR Clashin in that white 51 car short pit, and some of these other drivers have 2 or 3 lap fresher tires than he does, so we're going to see that to start to weigh in a little bit, and the 51 might drop back behind the 47 here shortly as well. Clashin got what he wanted. He leapfrogged those 2 drivers and took the lead, but he didn't get far enough in front, and they were able to be right there in his draft and eventually challenge for those positions. Now Flash 9 goes to the outside, uses the draft of the leader, the 21 of JWoww, and he's going to take the 2nd spot from Clashin. Clashin falls in line in 3rd.
Yeah, and he had himself one heck of a run there too, bro. I mean, he had that thing just a scooting. I mean, that Chevy power is just freaking right now, man. And look at him. grabbing the bottom in the center right there, getting that thing to stick, and then coming out with all kinds of horsepower. I'm loving it, my man. Right there on the bumper, and now back run. Let's see what he's gonna do with it. Arc it to the inside, maybe get underneath. Uh-oh. No, he's following along. Look at me, 21, maybe doing a little blockage action as he's trying to take over his line and his run. It did stall them up a little bit. 47 going to have to just settle it down just for a moment as he's going to go back under attack here as soon as he gets that next run. But look at this. Here come the 51 and clashing. All up on a bumper. He going to join the party to this one.
I've noticed that the faster cars on the track are running hard into the turns, driving at about the middle groove and letting it slide up to the outside at about the center of these corners and riding it the rest of the way out. And some of the slower cars are the cars that are trying to make adjustments to keep with these three are running closer to the bottom, especially exiting these turns. And I've noticed that Flash 9 and the 47 is running a little bit lower than these two drivers, but he's actually somehow making it work for him. He's still trying to challenge for the lead.
Well, I think there's a lot of grip right there, Ty. Honestly, like I kind of mentioned earlier, I've been running some Homestead throughout the last few weeks over at I, and I mean, no matter where you're racing it, you know, Heat and I are very similar, and the racing dynamic is the same in general. And the line is virtually going to be close to the same as well, which is going to be that high arc in. As you see these guys come high arcing in, bringing it down low toward the bottom, then bringing her back out here all fast, like trying to make sure they don't get all wiggles loose or get too close to the wall. That's a beautiful executed line right there these guys are performing. And that's one of them. Now the other one is you can. Now what I'm wondering here too is are these guys dragging a lot of brake, if any at all? There's a good question to be asked.
It is a good question. Not really sure what the answer is, but I'm also curious to see who's maybe saving in this group. It doesn't look like any of them are saving right now, but I think we've seen now how important the tires are, and we might see these drivers try to push as long as they can before they make that second pit stop in this stage. We can also let you know that Longshot is the driver in fourth, the first car behind this lead group of three cars, and then it's the 88 machine of ScottyB running in fifth.
All right, so ScottyB is making his way up to the top five. I know, yeah, just give him some time. And it's like I said, long race. So it's going to take, you can get that time on track, especially with that run, or that pit stop that you guys can get a hold of here. And let's actually go over and look up, see if we can get our hands on some driver footage here. We're going to pull up Longshot. We're on board him right now. Ah, there he is. All right. So we got some fun stuff. Let's see what Longshot's up to. You're going to find Longshot there, top on right-hander of your screen. Take a ride on board with him. Now he is in the fourth position. You see the first, second, and third positions up there, riding pretty good. They're all drafted up right now, so they're creating some pretty good momentum around this track right now. As you see, the 19 is doing the whole solo thing, that muck above, if you will, but he does have a little bit of company there. That is the 18 car quarter panel letdown car. He's going to hold the bottom, let him go and walk, get on his merry way on the outside. But now the 19 here, again, running that high groove, dropping her down toward the middle, kind of very similar to what we were seeing with Flash 9's run. Not quite as low, but he was up a little bit higher there too. So you're seeing what he's doing there with his wheel, as you see a great picture up over his, basically that's your helmet cam right there, folks. So you see that wheel at work right there, nice and smooth, trying to keep that thing dialed. That's really what he's looking for, listening to the motor, listening to what she's doing, how those tires are gripping. Great run here, searching for that grip at the bottom. See him working up just a little bit, trying to get her set as he comes launching out of here, bring her out to the outside. And there we go, down the front stretch. Beautiful run right there.
Your talented driver, I bet you he's laser focused right now. I know he would love to be a part of this championship battle, but he's still up there having a good run, running in fourth right now. Longshot still has a good shot to win in the 19 car.
Look at his battle. And we're going to bring him up too. So there you go. There's Marley right there. Bad fast Marley in that 12 Penske Ford. He is up on your screen, right-hander on the side. pole sitter right here, and he's up here battling for that top 5. I believe he's finding it right now as he is just moving and getting her done. You see a nice back view right there. He's battling with the 4 car and the 88. So we got ScottyB looking to go even further low. The 4 car, Deadman right there, trying to side drive. A little bit of contact. Holds on to it, 12 does. Keeps her to the outside, keeps the momentum up. Maybe scrubbed off just a little bit of speed, but he's still arcing that high line right now. Hopefully utilizing those tires. Or may not be able to clear on that pass, not yet. Marley still with the momentum on the outside as they come into 1 and 2. Still drag racing in side by side. Now the 4 car is going to have the momentum to clear, but can he hold it? 4 car pushes high. Look at this. 12 car goes low. Crossover action brings it back. Oh, side by side drag race now. Rolls reverse. Marley on the inside. Deadman on the outside.
This has been quite the battle, Tron. I've been watching this for a couple of laps, and they have really been going at it. They're not taking it easy by any stretch of the imagination. FRR, Bad Fast Marley, he's running in 5th at the moment. He's the pole sitter for this race. He knows he has a strong car, and he's having one heck of a battle here with the 4, the 88, the 6, and there's a few others that just joined the party. Here comes Field Filler in the 5 and the 11 car as well.
Ooh, get close to the wall right there, buddy. Ooh. I do look over there, but they're having a blast now. Look at Marley now. He's laughing, having himself a great time right now. Got all 88 there. ScottyB on the inside. Ooh, maybe a little high push right there. Oh, bringing it in for a pit. Both the 5 and the 12. Not sure if that was intended or not, but that was a loose in, and 32 laps remaining.
It looked like they were coming in pretty fast. They might have got penalties. I'm not sure if this was a scheduled stop or if they both lost control and just went down onto pit road.
That's a caution, fellas.
Ooh, caution be out. First caution of the night, and there goes our Strato G's on that one. Oh.
This changes everything. We were nice and settled into a long green flag run there. The leaders had just begun battling again, actually. The 21, the 47, and the 51. And there was a crazy battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th as well. So it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how long the run is, these drivers are going to give it all they have each and every single corner.
Oh, absolutely, my man. I mean, this is great, though, dude. What a great run by all these guys so far. Seriously. I mean, that was a great battle right there.
Gonna get a lap back there.
Yeah, we still out there on our leader, though. Got JCR Clashing still, up there. Oh, no, he's still up there battling toward the front. But I can't wait to see what the mix-up's going to be here when it comes to this caution. And strategies-wise, who's going to take what? I'm sure they're going to be screaming for the fresh go goods.
The question becomes, can they make it to the end from here on fuel and on the tires as well? I know that they were coming up soon to the window where they could make it on one more stop. It's going to be close for some of these drivers, I do believe.
Right now, folks, we are under caution. Beautiful time for YouTube, though, is doing their quick, awesome commercial break. So stay tuned with us, folks. We'll be back here in a moment. All right, folks, in case you're tuning in here, Left Turn Broadcasting, bringing you all the action right now with Front Row Racing, as this is their championship match at Homestead, Miami. Getting it done fast and furious right now. And joining me in the booth is Timac, CEO, of Nascar Platinum Cup Series. And man, he's doing a fine job calling this 100% race. Timac. Woo! How we doing, bud?
Great. Oh, I knew I was up for the challenge, man. I went to school for journalism and broadcasting, and I've done so many races, so many interviews. I've interviewed NASCAR 50 Series drivers, ex-NHL hockey players. I've went a little bit of everywhere and done a little bit of everything with journalism, so I knew I was up for the challenge as long as I had a cold can of Pepsi with me here.
Oh, you got the Pepsi, I got the coffee, buddy. You need to keep us all fired up right now. Get us what we need, because we're the same thing here, bud. We got we need to get ourselves our fuel and refreshments, as these guys are getting the same for fresh field goods and their tires right now, and their fuel, and maybe a quick little adjustment scene. Now that they've had a chance to really run this thing out and see what's going to happen here. I mean, that's what it is. It's those adjustments they're looking for to make this thing more of the longest run car possible.
Exactly. We've had a long run now. In fact, we made one long full stint, and then everyone had to come in for scheduled green flag pit stops, and then we were well on our way to doing it again. Pit stops were not too far away from happening for a second time here in stage one. And so now I feel like you're right, Tron. These drivers should have a pretty good idea about what they have here for tonight, and if they want to try to make that car more of a long run car, this caution coming out was an extra pit stop, an extra opportunity for them to make a few swings at the race car and see what they can do to it.
Heck, not only that, just take a break, my man. I mean, this is a long one, so any kind of break these guys can get, they're going to need it. We're sitting on board with Captain Booty right now in that 6 machine, that Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. And he's looking pretty good there. He's starting to move his way forward of the field. Long race, so he's being very patient. I do expect to see him come to the end. I mean, when it comes to non-playoff contenders, I think he's going to be one of them that could actually challenge for this win at the end of this thing. Watch him. You know, him and Mucka, with their consistencies, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised.
I wouldn't either. Mucka's been strong all season long. Like, as I mentioned earlier, he's got to win this season. It's kind of strange to not be talking about him in terms of the Final Four championship bracket here tonight, but he's had a solid season overall, and he's looking to go out strong as well by adding another win to his total here this season. The 19 car of Longshot is another car to keep your eye on amongst all the non-Final Four drivers. It's going to be a good race. A lot of these drivers showing good speed.
Oh yeah. I believe it's going to continue to be an exciting one as we're getting ready to go green here, folks. Still in stage one right now, and got our first caution of the night. But we're about halfway through this stage, if not a little bit more. So I'll give you a quick lap count here in just a moment as we get ready to drop the hammer one more time. Let's light them fires and keep
restart
fires.
when they come.
All right, buddy. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a cranker upper. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right, folks, hold on yourselves. Cranker Upper was definitely brought to you by Century 21. I mean, nobody gets louder in home realty than Century 21 does, because they got me with them. Oh man, here we go. And Tymac right here. Tymac and I were getting it done pretty good on the stage one of front row racing. That was our Cranker Upper. And man, I hope you all okay right there. I want to make sure everyone's still with us and bringing it on. But we got a battle right now. The 21 outside, now the 51 on the inside. But we got some got Deadman right here in the 4 car underneath, trying to get up in this battle, show some speed and some strength. As we're looking 3 wide right now, pulling the lead.
Woo. He thought about it, then thought better of it. Tucked in behind the 21 car. This is the highest he's been running the 4 car of Deadman all race long, and he's seeing daylight out there. He's almost the race leader. He's right behind the 51 of Clashin'.
I mean, he's going to cut these boys some slack, but I don't think he'll cut them a lot of slack. I mean, he want to get up there and prove his stuff out there to all his fans just the same as everybody else. And, man, he's doing a really great job putting on one heck of a show as he's trying to march by the leaders at the moment here. utilizing a little bit more of an obstruct line where he's trying to go a little more high, a little more low, because, I mean, he's got a lot of company. And with his car being upset a lot by all the surrounding air, he's got cars on the outside side drafted. He's got a car behind him taking the air off him, and then of course he's not getting all the downforce he needs with flashing, disrupting that in front. So now he's looking for that clean air, that line on the bottom, get that grip, find his way around. Now he goes low to high, now bringing it out, trying to get that thing. But look at this now, the 47's trying to counter his move. And now he's trying to do the same, negotiating his way through this very tight cluster of car. But as this is happening, here comes the 19, Ty.
There's almost nothing like racing at Homestead, guys. You can be side by side and get slowed up so much that the car behind you gets a run, and then suddenly you're playing defense. That's what Deadman in the 4 car is trying to do. While he's trying to take the lead, he's under fire from the 21 and the 47, and he's trying to get the lead while having to keep those 2 hungry Final 4 drivers behind him.
Man, and this is one heated battle toward the front right here, top 4. And these guys are all in it for the win, the major win at the end. And you got Deadman right up here trying to spoil it all right now, doing a fine job as we are inside the 20 right now, folks, in stage 1, and 19 to go.
Drivers are definitely going to make it to the end of the stage if we stay green the entire way, and it's been more of a green race than it's been a yellow. Only 1 caution for an on-track incident so far. And right now, everybody's chasing JCR Clashin, the driver of that number 51 Toyota. He's leading the race. The 21 car, JCR JWOW, is back, trying to take second from Deadman in the 4. Flash 9 in the 47 car runs in 4th. And just behind them by about 4 or 5 car lengths, the 19 of Long Shot scored in 5th.
Man, look at this battle continue, though. The 21 still holding the bottom. I'm just wondering how long the 21's going to be able to do that before he does wear, his tire up a little more than the 4 car. 4 car nice and prone on the outside with the 47 as help. We've been on the 4 car for a minute now, and he's been holding very strong with these top 4. Ooh, as a possible wiggle, big. Oh my goodness! 47 into the wall! Oh no!
A couple of other cars are involved, and I saw what happened. It looked like the 4 car got a little out of shape right in front of the 47. Might have been a connection issue even. I'm not sure about that part, but the 4 came to a stop, it looked like. Flash 9 had nowhere to go. Contacted the inside wall and heavy damage for one of the final 4 contenders.
Oh my goodness, yes, that was precisely, I think you nailed it there, Ty. I believe that was a connection issue right there, because he was set perfect on his line. He wasn't doing anything different, and all of a sudden his car just went all kinds crazy. I don't know. And then just tail slapped the crap out of the 47, and he went directly into the infield. I mean, seriously, that was a hard lick there as we are under caution. I'm sure that was going to cause one out, but again, I don't think that had anything to do with anyone on that one. That was just unfortunate.
I don't either. I do think that was a good old-fashioned leg spike, and there's nothing good about them, actually. I shouldn't have even called it that. It's a shame for Flash, because he has a strong car. We all know that. He's got front-end damage that he's going to need to repair on pit road now, but the good news for him is still a whole lot of laps left in this one, Tron.
Oh, 100% on that one, too. Yeah, that's we're in stage 1. We've got, about 17 laps left remaining here in stage 1. He's going to get this thing fixed, pounded out, and then whatnot, duct taped, super glued. A little bit of everything. I'm pretty sure they're going to get some of that bubble gum, out there on it as well. Whatever it takes to get that hood down, get it flattened, and man, he'll be back. He'll be back in it. He'll have to march back forward again, and he will. He's that strong of that talented of a driver. Look for him. So if anything's going to happen like that, now's the best time for it to happen, right, Ty?
Absolutely, it is. And honestly, this is going to leave the 21 and the 51 to have a good old time at the front while the 47 is trying to get back to the front. But keep your eye on Deadman. Deadman's going to win the race off pit road and take the lead. And this is the first time all race long that the 4 car is going to be out front, Tron.
Woo! Strategy, my man! Yeah! He was searching for that clean air, man. He's just like, hey, his pickers all, we got you, bro. Don't worry about it, dude. We get you some clean air. We get some real clean air right now, man. And they did it. They did it right in pit road, and look at him launching on out, man. He's going to take this thing over. Great,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I noticed after the first round of pit stops, the 4 car really found some speed, came to life, and now it's really paying off for him. Let's see what he can do with that clean air.
Now, I mean, speaking of the Ford, now we did see that glitch out of him. Now, if you're the other drivers, and that's been reported on track, obviously, are you going to run that driver just a little bit differently now knowing that he can, possibly cause and get some substantial damage into your program? Oh, here we go. Green, green, green. All kinds green. 4-car up and gone. What a launch. And we got it. So we are just coming out of the second caution right now, folks. Up green again. And that was a caution for unfortunate lag spike there. What it's normally referred to. And it's a glitch in the system. And sent one of the cars flying into the infield. Unfortunately, it was a 47 Flash, not what unfortunately is any car, but the 47 of Flash 9 fighting for the championship at this very moment. Is now forced to fight from the back again, and he's going to be running himself one heck of a program to get back up from the front. He was leading.
Definitely keep our eye on the 47. He's already worked his way around 2 cars back there. I believe quarter panel in the 18 is one of them. But up front, we got a battle for the lead. Deadman in the 4 trying to hold off Clashin in the 51. Clashin going to the inside. And keep your eye on JCR JWoww and ScottyB. Final 4 contenders running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now. Clashin looking for the lead.
Flashing on the bottom right here, but look at the train of cars on the outside. Got the 21 there, ScottyB, and the 88 there. He's now found himself up into the top 5. We're back up into the top 5, marching forward. Again, that's all it takes here, folks. This is a long race. We're not even done with stage 1 yet, and we've already seen ScottyB getting himself a multitude of positions. Right now he's starting in the 5th position. Now he's in that 4th position, but fell back, coming forward. Everybody's, this is a long race. I think these guys need to be patient. They're doing so kind of.
You know what? ScottyB might be doing the right things here because he's been to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front multiple times in this race. He knows exactly how it feels to be stuck in traffic, to be stuck on the outside or the inside of somebody. He's been in almost every situation you can think of already here in stage 1. Whereas, Clashin and JCR JWoww is back. They've been up front all race long. They might not be ready for the mid-packer or worse, that dirty air later in the race if they get stuck back there.
Oh, that's a great point. Brought forward there on that one is having that practice, knowing what your car is going to do in the nasty air. I mean, and it does. It gets bad back there, man. Everything is being whoa as we see a mad wobble out of the 21 and the 88 kind of simultaneously, but not nearly as big as the 21. 21 brings her back to the track there after diving to the end zone, and now going to lose a multitude of positions, thus being that we're just out of green. Ooh, he's still wiggling and fighting it right now. Finds a hole up behind, looks like the 19 car of Longshot, about that 6th, 7th position right now. Oh man, he got wicked loose. Look at this, Captain Cootie now marching forward. Ooh, Longshot, same wicked. Dang, we got oil on the track out there. Or we got Donkey Kong with throwing some some banana peels and stuff we ain't spotting, because they get loose out the same spot, bud.
Yeah, I saw that. If I see a leader shell, a blue one, I'll let you know. And I'm not sure what's going on. Some of these drivers might have actually loosened their car up for the short run to get to the end of stage 1. Other than that, I'm really not too sure, Tron, because we haven't seen the 21 or the 19 get loose like that all race long.
And maybe that's it. Maybe nailed the team. These guys, we got contact there. 11's to the bottom. I just seen it from the back of the screen here. Someone else got a wicked wobble and hooked loose. Possible contact there. Look at this though. The 47 is starting to march, trying to get forward again. He's starting to back the pack after that lag slide contact that caused him to go hard into the wall.
Already back up into the 8th position, just in front of the 5 car of Field Filler, and that's Bad Fast Marley in the 12 car, rounding out the top 10. Marley, the pole sitter, of course, for this race in that red and white Ford Mustang. But yeah, we're keeping a good eye on Flash 9, working his way back forward towards the front, slowly but surely.
Let's get a little bit of eyeball up here, because it looks like it's starting to pick up. Bennett is heating up toward the front. As we're going to drop it on the 88 car for a minute. Ooh, look at the Captain Cootie. What the heck? Woo-hoo! beautiful run on the bottom. Look at that. Good grip on coming out. Had it cleared. Now he's up high. He's going to go ahead and keep the 21 low to pinch him down there. See that? There he goes. Still holding. Oh, with 21 kind of wobbled up, got a piece of his bumper, loosened him up. Now he's going to be lose that momentum, and it might open the door for the 88 to come by as well. But there was some decent contact to the back of his left rear quarter panel there. Got him a mad wiggle.
Battles all over this racetrack, Tron. While you were covering that, we have a lead change. The 51 JCR Clashin takes the lead from the 4 of Deadman. Both of them have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the field a little bit, so it's kind of easy to miss if you're watching the chaos from about 3rd or 4th on back. I shouldn't call it chaos, but it's wild action back there.
Oh, dude, no, you nailed it. It's chaos, all right, but it's controlled chaos back there, my man. You got some good stuff back there. Look at this other 4 car. He ain't gonna give up, man. You're like, all right. Now, is he gonna ride with him for a minute, or is he gonna go ahead and do some racing? I think he's gonna do some racing, because like I said, he ain't got nothing to gain here but a win and those just those gustos at the end. I mean, straight up, those the barking rights right there, man. That's what it's all about too. I won the race, man. You may have got to war, but I won the race. It's cool. I mean, heck, look at him, man. He's fighting hard on the bottom, too. He's trying to get his drive on right now. Looking high, looking low. He's looking for some of that fast stuff. He's finding it right now.
Definitely bragging rights involved here. If Deadman wins this race, he can say, hey, if I was a part of the Final Four, I would have walked away the champion. There's bragging rights on the line for all of these drivers that are not a part of the Final Four. They still want to park in a victory lane.
Oh, absolutely. 100%, man. Dude, when it comes to the 4 car, he was late to the party. When it comes to front row, missed first few couple races, which ultimately, because the points were so tight, battling was so tight up front, he didn't have enough time to get those points that he needed to get himself into the chase by the end of this thing. And thus he didn't miss his shot. But he's been fast. He's been challenging these guys throughout the season. And doing it again right now. I mean, all over the bumper right now, really showing one heck of a hot rod out here.
But a good job. Don't look now, though. JCR, JWOW is back in 3rd, getting a heck of a push from the 88 car of ScottyB. They're both Final Four contenders, and they're actually gaining some ground on these front 2.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I mean, none of the JCR, cats are going to team up with each other and do their thing and whatnot. But, the 4 car's going to go and, that's Deadman, dude. Deadman proud, dude. He's a proud driver, okay? Uh-oh, we are under caution. We might have missed something in the back.
That's the end of the stage, or that's a yellow.
Okay, so we are under caution, folks. So we'll be back here. Oh, no, was that the end of stage? That was in the stage, wasn't it? That was in the stage. I'm super sorry here, folks. So, again, our winner there was Clashin. Well, I'm not used to these. Oh, let's see. Yep. So, this is the end of stage 1 here, folks. We're just not used to these long races, so it kind of got us a little mixed up there. We're going for a minute. But we have...
I feel like this is the end of stage 2.
What's that?
Just making a joke. I feel like it's the end of stage 2. This has been a long race. It's been a fun one, too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, these guys have been putting on quite the show, but yes, you're right. This is just stage 1 right here, folks. We're going to drop the hammer again for stage 2. Here we go. Let's see if I can remember this time. I don't see why not. All right, folks. Green, all kinds green. And we are gone again. The 51 got that first stage. And 4 cars on the outside. And we got the hammers dropped right here, folks.
Yes, we do. Clashin leading the way. He's the only car single file at this point. Everybody chasing the 51 car. You can't say enough about the talent here in these FRR races. Look at them go, 2 by 2, basically all the way back through the entire field.
I mean, with not a lot of buff too. I mean, there's not a lot of buffer. These guys they know which lines are fast, and they're all going to go for it. Regardless of, if it's the outside or the inside, they can get these cars fast on either one. The bottom, the top doesn't matter. They're just looking for the hole to complete that run. Ooh, man, here we go. Got a little wobbles and wiggles loose there out of the 19. 19 finding his run and getting himself back in the center. Now this is all a battle for the top 5 right here. As you see, it looks as if the 88 contact to the wall, high to the outside, dragging him up and slowing him up. He gonna lose a multitude of positions on that move.
Oh, that's a shame for Scotty B. He was running up there in the top 5 when that happened, found the outside wall, and that's all it took. It basically glued up there to the outside wall. He lost a number of positions outside the top 10.
And that's exactly what'll happen to you there, Ty. I mean, if you're around that outside line, that thing will sneak out. Not only will it bite you, but it bites you and it holds on to you, man. I mean, you're like, oh, let me go, let me go, let me go. I mean, and it won't. You have to like yank the thing off, and then when you do, you pop the car off the wall, and you have, then a very good chance of maybe hitting somebody else that's right there next to you, or coming up behind you. So man, it's tricky right there, bud. Really tricky.
I think he did a good job keeping his car up there and in the wall and out of harm's way. I know it sucks to stay in the wall, but at least he didn't cause a big accident, and he's still alive and in the hunt for the championship.
Yep, man. And it's the stage 2. We still got ourselves a long run here, so he's gonna just work that run. It's just gonna be a little lonely and boring for a minute, but he'll be back up there in the group. Look at this. Here comes the 50 with the 4 car underneath the 51, a clashing. Little bit of contact there. Trying to get it to 6, but look at this. All right, my man. Flashing into 47 Chevy. Woo! Holding the nail on the bottom. Here he comes. Had some contact due to some lag issues. Woo! 4 car. Woo! Hold on to it, baby.
That man's looking fast. That's the first I've seen him get a little bit out of shape in quite some time, maybe all race long. Good job by him to gather it back up there. He's still in the top 5, but he was just challenging for the lead a moment ago. Keep your eye on him.
Whoa! The 51 loses it. Oh, no, he's upside down, rolling down the back stretch. Oh, man, we caught all of that, folks. The 51 looks like he got wobbles loose. You've seen that. Hopefully we'll get a replay on that one. But, man, you see that he got a wiggle loose, tried to save it, missed it, and then ended up spinning this thing after contact to the wall and took out some pretty good cars right there. And, oh, man, he was flipping and tumbling. That was insane, Ty.
Yes, it was. I think that there was 4 or 5 cars in total involved in that one. The 51, the 12, the 88 car got involved as well. So a couple of Final 4 drivers got involved in this incident. But man, that was insane. The 51 got loose. I haven't seen him get that out of control all race long. And I don't know, he did a good job at first of saving it, but there were so many cars that were surrounding him when he was trying to get a grip of the car. Yeah. A couple cars made contact, and that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote, buddy. But wow, that was just crazy. Fans are gonna love that, dude. I hope you guys all love that one. That was awesome. That was great. That was great. I mean, I tell you wrong. Horrible to see. But I mean, come on, we don't get a chance to catch these wrecks and stuff all the time. All right, so when you catch one of that explicit and that kind of magnitude, it's crazy. All right, that's awesome.
Ron, we promised action.
Yeah, that was the action right there. But that shows you right there what coming out can do. I mean, if you come out, you get that wiggle loose, that car's a little tight, and sometimes that could be a product of that car being too tight, Ty. I mean, if he's on the outside, the car's a little tight, the nose is pulling, and that thing kind of, hooked around a little bit. He went to catch that thing, and then she did that death walk on him, and wow. We got a battle coming out of pit lane right now. Looks like as if the 47's gonna take her.
Now, this is interesting, Tron, because we've seen all 4 of the Final 4 contenders have some sort of minor issue here and there and have to battle their way back to the front of the field. And so now it's JCR Clashin's turn in the 51 car, it seems, and he might be able to learn a little bit from this, see how the car feels in traffic, and see how it feels to be stuck 2, 3, and 4 wide every lap, because for the most part, the 51 has been up front in clean air, and he's led the most laps in this race so far.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how this is going to go down, because, I mean, not only do we have, don't remember, Ty, not only do we have a trophy at the end of this thing, there's a hefty pot of money coming with it, so... there's payouts, and the boy's looking to get paid right now, and the 47, man, he hungry.
Oh, yeah, and he's back at the front. Took a little while, but he's there. They're in the restart zone now. The green flag has been shown. We're racing again here in stage 2.
And we are gone, folks, all kinds. Look at this outside. Good outside run, a good start there for the 4. 4's going to hold on to it. He has some good company with the 21. See some wicked wiggles and wobbles right there. Just getting the tire pressures up, getting that grip point. As we are now side by side, the 47 still holding the bottom with the 19 there, trying to give him a little bit of company. Nope, the 19 now pushes a little bit, gets that wobble, holds on to it. Man, these guys just trying to get these air pressures built up right now, but as we are side by side, stacked behind the leader.
We're pushing hard. The 4 car of Deadman found the wall a little bit coming out of turn 4 that last time by. That opened the door for the 19 of Longshot, and there was a few others that were trying to go with them. But now that run has stalled back out, and Deadman has found his grip again in that car, and he's making the high line work, Tron.
Oh yeah, look at this though. Oh, Field filler right here. You go see him, Field. Field's over there trying to just digging, driving. Oh man, here comes Misfire in the 8 car though. He can go 3 wide. Yeah, he's feeling his oats right now as the 8 car comes flying through the middle right there. Richter run, but look at this, the 19. Wiggles and wobbles, and got a little piece of that butter down there. And now we're looking at a 3 wide with Maka stuck in the middle with you. Uh-oh. All right, that separates out. Maka gets the bottom right there, and he's going to launch this joker out. Does. Clears the 19. Oh, almost. No, does not clear the 19. Said, no, we're going to wait a second. But look at this tornado we got, Ty.
Yeah, I'm watching it. It's exciting stuff. The top 3 is breaking away a little bit, but the second group is where I've got my eye at the 8 car of Misfire. We haven't spoken much about him all race long. He's found his way all the way up into 4th, and he's doing a good job. The car coming to life. The 2 car of Mucka behind him, side by side with Longshot. That's for 5th and 6th. The 11 car taking a look to the bottom every now and then. That's actually allowing Misfire in the 8 to drive away a little bit. And man, it's a hornet's nest from 5th on back. Tom.
Oh, you ain't lying. Let's go get on over to Longshot here as he's all up in the mix. And put a little camera action on him because we got him up on the right-hander of your screens there, folks. Sorry, pardon me as I flip on through. There it is. Looking back from this, and you're looking riding on board with Longshot, right-hander of your screen.
Great talented driver. He's won online league races in almost every league he's went to, including Nascar, the one that I run here, and he's been a standout driver all season long here for FRR. He's winless this season, but he's won an FRR before in the past. He'd love to go out on top with a win here this season.
Oh man, wouldn't he though? I mean, these guys have been working not only hard here, but they're working hard on their I programs as Longshot's been running the road to pro over there. So he's been working diligently on his I car and his heat car, and trying to get the overall outcome and the best finishes he can in each different racing platform. So he's been busy. He's been real busy.
Absolutely, he has. He just found the back bumper of the 8 car of Misfire. He brought everybody with them as well. This group that I was talking about being a hornet's nest has kind of settled down, and they all seem to be single file using the draft to their advantage.
Yep, look at that though too. The 8 car or 8 Misfire. I'm impressed with his drive right now as he is in the top 5. We haven't seen a lot of him throughout the season. He's been a little quiet, a little in the shadows, kind of dark, But now look at him, he's coming to light right now, and he's another driver that has been working diligently on his I program as well. And look what's happening here. I see a lot when it comes to the control factor of these guys in their cars, and I'm just wondering if it has something to do with the driving of multitude of platforms, give an idea of how to control these things. More seat time. I don't know.
It's kind of hard to balance more than one platform at a time. I race on Gran Turismo and NASCAR Heat full time, and even just those two going back and forth is a real challenge. So I can only imagine what some of these drivers that are going back and forth from the Heat 5 game to iRacing are going through.
As you just seen a mad drag on the wall, we're talking about the 8 car, and everybody come flying past him. It did kind of accordion things up right there, squunch up that little pack, but everybody was able to clear as they are rocking and rolling around this track right now. We are in stage 2, folks. And this is, again, this is a 100% race. And we still got a few laps left. We've got 60 laps remaining in stage 2. We got a few pit stops ahead of us, some strategies, and all these guys, for being this such a long race and so many laps still left ahead of us, Ty, look how close these guys are still running. There's a
battle
lead,
for the lead as well. You're right.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of different leaders in this race so far. Everyone showing that they've got a car to go up there and drive to the front and contend for this win. And over the last couple of laps, we've seen these 3 drivers, the 21, the 47, and the 4, trading the lead back and forth nearly every turn. And it's been exciting to watch. You're right, because this has been a long race so far, and they're still all nose to tail and grouped up 2 by 2 and battling for position like it's the last lap.
I know, right? And that's what I love about front row, man. These guys, it don't matter. I mean, they're out here to put on the show. They want to race, man. They don't want to run around nose tail, whatever, following each other around. No, they want to go side by side. They want to gain those positions. Yeah, and look at this. It shows. Still marching forward. They know they got to get somewhere anyways. If they have any chance to get to the front, they need to continue to march forward. Those leaders are not getting away from them, but they are ahead of them. So that does create that urgency for these drivers to continue that push, to continue that drive, not let up at all. Look at this, still side-by-side action. A little Doran right there by the 5 and the 19. Just little wiggles loose, little racing contactor there. Ooh, the 51 getting the rear quarter panel of the 19. 19 loose, holding on to it. Oh, man. Outside keeps her off the wall. Woo! If we had the camera on
long
him.
shot there.
Absolutely.
It's field filler, the 5 that has kind of escaped with the 4th position out of that second group. The 2 of Mucka is capitalizing on the mistake by Longshot. He takes 5th, and then it's still side by side between ScottyB and the 19 car of Longshot for 7th on back.
Yeah, I don't know if that was quite more of a mistake or if that was more of like, there was some decent little contact. I mean, just a little bit, just enough to get him loose as he was getting back into that throttle. And he got that thing just it looked like Tokyo Drift action coming out of that thing, and still didn't allow it to walk on him, thank goodness. And that could have created a similar scenario that the 51 just went through.
Tell these drivers have their hands full, especially when you're in a big group like this. The draft is very strong. It's hard to get in front of everybody and then simply drive away. You know what I mean? All of these drivers are very evenly matched. It's a very competitive race, and it's been tough for these drivers to make their way through the field, and not only make their way through the field to the front, but keep that track position as well.
Man, and keeping the track position, that is the hardest. I mean, not only that, but they're going to try to get that track position back coming into pit lane. They're going to be thinking about that as well. There's so many different variables that these drivers are going to try to execute throughout the rest of tonight's race, and this is so long to get there. Like right now, we're looking at 14 laps left of fuel. We're looking at 66% on the right front, maybe 63% on the right rear. I'm actually following along long shot there, bud. If you were looking for a tracker or whatnot, bring one of us on. But you got long shot. He's starting to wear it, but look at it. His grip level's still there, but he's starting to try to ride the bottom. 53 laps remaining in stage 2.
Watching one heck of a battle for the lead as well. JCR, JWOW is back with has the lead right now with Flash 9 in the 47, right behind him in second. Deadman in the 4 car scored in third. They've driven away from the rest of the field. Then it's field filler.
Oh my goodness! I think someone may have died. Oh yeah. Oh, it's Marley! No! Looked like the possible 3 car or the 8 car, one of the stealth machines. I seen him as you were talking there, Ty, that he got mad wiggle loose, came down to the bottom, tried to save it. She hooked on him, and she came up the track Newman style, buddy. And then he obviously took out the 12 car as we are under caution.
The front end damage for the 8 and the 12, and this is the 4th caution of the race for an on-track incident. And these drivers have another opportunity to take on tires and fuel, make an adjustment if they need to, and try to gamble and get some track position maybe, Tron.
Yeah, I think so. We hope so, at least, when it comes to the track position. Also, that if there's any contact and damage, how much is that going to slow up their pit strategy and their stops as well, I mean. So, yeah, but I'm thinking 4 fresh fuel goods, of course, you're going to get that fuel. We need all that we can get, So, we're sitting at halfway on our fuel. So, again, it's going to mix it up on where these things are going to run out of gas in stage 2.
Absolutely it is. Here they all come. I think it's safe to say everybody's going to come to pit road and take 4 tires and fuel. And we might see some 2-tire stops, but I really doubt it. We're pretty far into this run, like you said, about halfway through this fuel run. And it's the 21, the 47, and the 4, your top 3. Flash 9 is one of the drivers I interviewed before the race began, and I'll tell you, everything he said has been held true and is coming true, really. He believes this race is going to be a very competitive race with about 5, 6, 7 cars that all have a shot to win, and he thinks that it's going to be a long race, so it's going to be all about what he can control. Instead of putting his car in positions that he doesn't feel comfortable, he wants to have complete control of his destiny here tonight at Homestead. Right now, he's driven back to the front, and he's in second.
Well, and that's what I'm looking at here, too, is that these guys were also mentioning that, they were expecting this thing to do a lot of green flag running. I don't know if they were really expecting a lot of these. Again, it's a 100% race, so we're only on 4 cautions so far, and I think one of them was for sure due to lag spike, and so only a few contacts. So these guys are still running a really clean race, but I don't know if they're expecting it to run even more green, or if they were expecting these short stops. That's it. It's going to flip us up. We've got 31 laps on the tank of fuel, and we have 51 laps left, or 50 laps remaining coming around right now. And so they're going to need another fuel stop. If there's no caution, do they split this run to get a splash and go? Man, there's a lot of strategy to be had at the end of this run, bud, from where this caution just landed. Yes, we've got to go green right now, folks. Green, all kinds, and it is stage 2, folks. This is it. If you're just tuning in, this is Left Turn Broadcasting, bringing you all this action from Front Row Racing League. Stage number 2, coming out of a caution. We've got about 50 laps left. It's a 100% race. All this is brought to you by Century 21, Hometown Realty, all over the U.S., all over the world, and in space too, bud. But man, these guys are looking for that realty right now, looking for that real estate, searching for it. Man, it's everywhere, but they're just taking it all up right now as they're 3 and almost 4 wide right there.
Getting tight now, Tron. There was minor contact between the 2 and the 4. Everybody did a good job holding on to it, but they're still stacked up 3 wide there.
Look at this, Captain Cody holding it on the outside, maintaining that 4th position just for the time being. Got Mucka in that 5th place, and he's kind of holding on the bottom. Got the 51, just log jam in the center. And then look at this, you got Field Filler. I guess he'd just be yeah, he's like the peanut butter and jelly in the sandwich, I think. At least he was. Because, man, here comes the 88 of ScottyB on the bottom, holding the bottom line. But he's bringing on a bunch of cats with him. Everybody's coming right now. Coming right now? Are you kidding? They've been coming. Where you been, Tron? I get you. I know. Woo! Man, 11 car, look at this, Pittman. He's providing himself a strong program throughout the evening. Find himself in that top 5, marching forward, and now he's right there on one of the best bumpers, and he has another one of the best on the outside of him. And he's holding himself a firm line on the bottom out here. You look at it, it's like back to the 10th, but all these guys are so equal in talent and speed. It's just like, they might as well just be up in the front. They're running that fast.
And there's too many talented drivers here, Tron, to give them all top 10. So all of these drivers are top 10, top 5 caliber drivers, but they're all racing for those spots, and someone's gotta have a bad day. So it's been exciting so far. I'm watching the 11 car of Pittman like you are. He recently found victory lane in the NASCAR Elite National Series on iRacing, and he's doing one heck of a job here in this race as well, but he's got a little bit of work cut out for him if he's going to work his way towards those leaders.
He's finding himself a good run so far. It looks like he got some good grip as we're looking at field filler right now. And again, all these drivers are searching for that grip. They're looking high, they're looking low. You see ScottyB now trying the lower. Oh, whoa!
Oh.
Hard up into the 5 car. 88 just lost all front grip right there and pushed up the track.
Teammates there, contact with each other. Both of them held on to it. No contact with the wall, just minor contact with each other. They're still 2x2 as they come out of 4.
Dropping up to the leaders, man, but there's just a battle everywhere right now. You're right, Ty. Look at this. This is great. Now the 47, Flash 9, looking for the lead right now, going underneath the bumpers here. He want to go ahead and try to set his sails. And we know it. When he gets those sails open, man, this guy takes off.
Seen it a couple times in this race. We've seen 2, 3, 4 cars break away from the rest of the field a couple of different times, and right now it's the 21 and the 47 doing that. Deadman in the 4 is trying to lead the 3-car charge back up there with them to battle for the lead.
Still the 47 now looking low. 27, our race leader, JCR. Outside trying to fend off the 47. Both these guys are fighting for it. Fighting for that trophy at the end here, folks.
Good season for them both as well. JWOW is back in the 21. 2 wins for him, 15 top 5s, 18 top 10s for him in the 23 starts. Flash 9, 8 wins, 4 stage wins in the 47 car. Both of them have been up running near the front in almost every race here this season for the FRR Pro Cup Championship.
Yeah, talk about consistency with speed. That is the epiphany of the JCR teams, the Flash 9, and throughout this entire season, these guys have always found their way up forward. And let's say the 19 a long shot also has had himself just barely missing out in the last round of playoff right there. But all these guys have had really good runs and shown that speed and not just speed, but like I said, consistency. Negotiating their programs, getting their cars on and off pits, doing everything right, which is what you need to do out here to bring it home at the end of the day. All right, let's search back a little bit here, Ty, see if we can find ourselves a little bit of trouble. May have found a little bit here.
There's good action all over this racetrack.
I know. We landed back on the 11 car. 11 car now barreling down on the 88. Man, 11 car does have himself a pretty strong, looks like a well-balanced car. Don't see a lot of wiggle out of that car. I mean, it looks more aero than anything. I don't see him fighting the car is what I'm viewing. Again, looking for that middle line, not really high line. Rotates a little bit high here on exit out of 4. Trying to get the momentum, and he does. He's getting that momentum on ScottyB. Now he's going to have to find. Now this is the other challenge here, folks, is that after these runs go for a while, these tires will start to, all these cars will basically start to equalize. Everyone's going to be out there challenged on, these cars not handling, slipping and sliding and whatnot. So when it comes to these passes now, they're going to be even more critical, and you're going to have to execute them even more gentle. So you need to really practice that, lay back, and then when you find that run, you need to have that run at the proper time. As the 88 comes down to the bottom, as the 11 was looking low right there, possible for that pass. As the 88's looking outside the 6 car now, here we go. So 11 car right now is just trying to find himself. Looks like a hole because he's fast right now.
Got his teammate right there on his bumper with him. And he's following a good group of cars here. Right, John, a lot of these drivers have good speed. These cars are all very good, and it's all about execution. It's all about getting those runs, making these passes, and then being able to keep your car in front of them. The draft is so strong here that we see these cars getting a run back on them in the very next turn sometimes. There was minor contact there between the 6 and the 11, I believe it was. They both hold on to it.
Yeah, that looked like maybe two drivers. The 11 came around really high with that outside line momentum that a lot of these drivers are finding. And it looked like the 6 wasn't really expecting him to fill that hole right there as he came out of the bottom and trying to launch out, and they just kind of came together at the same spot.
No harm, no foul, no serious damage. They both soldier on. They both have good track position. They're inside the top 10. All of these drivers are on the lead lap and have a shot to win this one still. And we still need to see these green flag pit stops before the end of stage 2.
Yeah, we have 15 laps remaining, in fuel, around there at least. All the tires are looking around 65, 66%. For 34 laps left remaining in stage 2. So, we should be seeing those pit strategies unfolding here within the next 5, maybe 7 laps, if they're going to start doing some short stopping, splitting the stage. Not, hoping for that, of course, an early, caution doesn't come out. But there is side-by-side racing throughout the track, so how do you make that call? It's not single file and spread out. So anything can happen right now. Do you want to risk short stopping and potentially going a lap down if a caution does come out? Or you stretch this thing out as long as you can, get a splash and go. Ah, man, there's so many different strategies to obtain here to make it to the end.
There's pros and cons to both. Either one of those strategies can bite you in a completely different way. So it really depends on driver preference, how the car feels to them over the course of the long run. And there's a lot of variables in that. See, this is why I'm glad I'm up in the broadcast booth and not behind the wheel of one of these race cars, Tron. These are big mistakes. Big decisions I made.
And it can be a big mistake at the same time. No, you nailed that one, brother. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can make the biggest of all mistakes right here by making the wrong call. I'm still thinking, like, what if there was a two-tire strategy? You want that as opposed to track time, and track position. I don't know, but look at this. Hold on, I think we may have a lead change right here as we go side by side. 47, Flash 9, finally getting that run that he's been working on for a minute now, but hasn't completed it yet as a 21's holding him strong on the outside with that momentum. Side drafting him, pinching him down there just a little bit, but still the 47 has that more middle arc line right there. Going to have some good power coming out. But the 21 drag race across the line, 47 would have had it.
Two Final Four contenders going at it here, and you hit the nail right on the head, Tron. The outside line gets such a run out of the turns, it's hard for the inside car to slide up in front and complete the pass, but there you see Flash 9 in the 47 does that finally, and he'll take the race lead.
One thing is now he has to worry about, of course, is, how much pinching the car down, pushing that car, how much did he heat up his tire, and that's what it's all about when it comes to see those tire wear, folks. It's that. Okay, so we may be, I'm seeing, I just looked over at our tracker while we were monitoring the lead change and whatnot, that looks like Flash 9 may have been involved in some contact in an incident as we are under caution, it looks as if here, folks. But Flash 9 is our race leader as he's going to bring us into pits for the last time maybe in stage 2. So let's bring up our caution right here.
We were expecting everybody on pit road relatively soon, Tron, and we were wondering if you short pit or you stay out for a while and then take 2 or what the deal was going to be. But now we don't have to worry about that. They're all going to come in this time by, and they're going to try to get to the end of the stage from here.
So, yeah, that's a great lesson right there while you're thinking through all of these strategies is what could happen. Now, what if you did pit and split that strategy and split the stage right there, assuming it's going to go green the entire way, so you can get the 4 fresh fillings of those tires as long as possible, and you would have been in the front because you would have your time on track would have far surpassed everyone who would have ran their tires out, burned off all that, then went fast at the end. You would have had a more consistent fast, if you will. But now, right, exactly that. You know, all of this is going to be balanced out. So that was a good call, staying out for everybody so far, not trying to do that strategy and going for that short stopper, because you would have been chopped a lap down.
Absolutely, and everybody safely makes it off pit road. The 19 car staying on pit road for a bit of extra time to repair the damage he suffered, and it's going to be JCR clashing in the 51 and Flash 9 in the 47, taking the green flag for the restart here the next time they come around, I do believe.
All right. So it looks like we are
Back
forming
to
up.
stay here. The top 3 drivers are all Final 4 contenders, and the 4th driver that's a part of that championship battle, ScottyB in the 88 car, is scored in 5th. So all 4 championship contenders in the top 5 right now, and we're working stage 2, Tron.
All right. Well, I mean, we got ourselves enough fuel now to get it to the end. We got enough tire to get us to the end. Do we have enough patience to get it to the end of stage 2? What do you think here, bud?
Pretty interesting here, actually, because, I don't know, a lot of these drivers are antsy to get to the front. A lot of them have tasted what the lead tastes like, and they know what it looks like, and they want to be there, but it's just hard to get there. We've seen many different groups working. We've seen these drivers trying to get a run, swing down to the bottom, and then slide up in front of them and clear them, but it's hard to do that. The outside car gets such a good run. Passing has been tough here all race long. Track position is going to be key at the end of this race, and I don't know, at this point, Tron, I think that these drivers are just trying to learn as much as they can about how to get track position as quick as possible as the laps wind down in this race. Still a lot of time left, and these drivers are antsy to get some stage points here, especially the ones outside of the Final 4, because they're going for that booby prize. They're going for 5th in the final standings.
That's what I was going to say, man, because we got, we got egos here, too. These guys just want to, they don't have anything to lose. So, but, they have nothing but to gain when it comes to winning. So why not? I mean, go out there, do the best you can, but you're going to give it all. This is it. This is the last race of the season. We're going to be off for a minute. Front row's going to be rebuilding and bringing in all the new talent, and we're going to have a whole new deal. So this is the last time to shine for a minute now. So these guys are going to throw it all out there, and it looks like they are with the 51 up to a nice launch off the green flag start there. We are in stage 2. Got 26 laps remaining. And clashing in the 51, JCR out in front, Flash 9 hot on his bumper, but he's got himself some good company right there of the 21 of JWoww, now finding himself back forward again. Both these cars, both the 51 and the 21, have seen themselves a very roller coaster elevator style of race so thus far, with having some issues out on track, fighting their way back through the field. So having themselves a lot of fun, if you will, out here on track. But look at this, the 88 making his move.
And if the 88 could complete the pass for that spot, it'll be the first time all race long that we've seen the Final 4 contenders hold the top 4 spots, but he's actually going to settle back in line behind Deadman in the 4 car, and Deadman will hold on to 4th for now.
Now Deadman, man, he's been charging up there. He's been relentless in what he's been.
To the bottom goes Flash 9 in the 47, and to the top goes JCR. JWoww is back in the 21. Drivers trying to take they're trying to get a firm hold on the 2nd place position so then they can challenge Clashin for the race lead, but they got a mirror full of the 4 car and the 88 car as well. Top 5 or 6 cars breaking away from the field a little bit, Tron.
Not yet though, man, because now they're stacking up side by each, dude, and they got the 88 right there just kind of to be that last man and last wingman here. But while they're doing this, they're slowing down in their lap time. So thus they're going to create the rest of that pack that's right behind them to catch on up, which is going to be great for us, man. That's really going to spice some things up like it's not already spiced up as it is right now with these guys running as tight as they're doing. Look at this formation, pack racing right here. 51, a little push to the outside, keeps it off that wall. 47 still driving underneath. trying to hold this bottom best he can, get the momentum and the launch out. Just can't get enough to get clear of the 51. He has the 4 right behind him, so he really can't back up at all and get up to the high line and try a different approach. So he's kind of stuck there, fighting for the, for first on the bottom due to the fact he does have company, all kinds of it. So these guys are literally locked in place right now, Ty.
Seems to be that way, yeah. And Flash 9 not giving up on the inside line, still looking for that lead. He's getting one heck of a push from Deadman in the 4 car. A couple of different lines being used here. JWoww in the 21 went the highest through 3 and 4 that time by. They're still trying to dogfight this out for the race lead. Flash 9 nearly clear of the 21 car as they head into turn 1 this time. Excuse me, the 51 car actually. And I believe that when he comes into turn 2 this time by, Tron, Flash 9 and the 47 is going to be your new race leader.
Woo! Flash 9 getting it done. Now you better, buddy. He promised he's going to be back in his booth, man. And I think what he was meaning was as the winner. But look at this, though. Captain Cootie. All right? This guy, this cat is fast, man. Now, and he's another one that's been working on his eye program as well. So double duty driver over here showing off his talents. I don't know. I'm seeing some really great things out of Captain Cootie in both, not only in his eye program, but here on the Heat 5 platform and the PS4 platform. Man, he is doing just a phenomenal job. Been doing a great job throughout the entire season. Really coming up through the points, showing his stuff, but being patient about it. Now we're finding him up here in the mix of some of the very fastest and best of Heat 5. Duking it out side by side, and here he is just looking for a way around, saying, it looked like some LA traffic. Tron probably know all about this. I just see a little bit of a lag spike again out of that 4 car of Deadman. So maybe these drivers, as look at this, the 6 car goes high to the outside. They leave Deadman down there on the bottom by his little lonesome due to that little lag spike. Maybe he's anticipating that. He don't want to get a piece of it.
Top 3 single file right now, but they're still side by side for the 4th and 5th positions. Whoa, Deadman had to really hang on to the car there coming out of turn 4. He saves it, but now the top 4 belong to the final 4 championship contenders as ScottyB in the 88 car makes the pass on the outside around Deadman and takes the 4th spot. Captain Cootie in the 6 car still scored in 6th right there. The top 6 separated themselves from the rest of the field just a little bit, and now they're back down to single file for the most part, but keep your eye on Clash in that white Toyota, number 51, scored in 2nd. He's popping at a line every now and then, waiting to get the right run that he needs to challenge for the lead.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the question, and this is going to be the question on our minds, I think, at least for at least to the end of this thing, is we're seeing the JCR team lined up, right? So poor Flash, man. I mean, he gonna be outnumbered. He is outnumbered right now. Okay, and but what's gonna happen here at the end? What are those JCR guys gonna do? Are they gonna be, gentlemen and gentle with each other when it comes to trying to finish this thing off, being as tight of running as these guys are, right on top of each other? Or are they gonna go for the full send action and possibly open that door for this guy that's been running super fast all night? So are they going to try to gang up on the 47, get past him, and then duke it out? But will the 47 utilize their aggressions with each other and get past him at the end? A lot of
JCR guys would love to bring that championship home to their team, that's for sure. But I'll be honest, Tron, all of those JCR drivers would love to win the championship for themselves as well. So I think that if we have a wild restart or a wild battle for the win here at the end, which I know we will, I think that all bets are off, and I think that all of those JCR guys are going to go at it for this championship.
And they're all now starting to calm down just a little bit. They're single file, but everybody's right there, so anything can happen. Any kind of slip up when these cars start to go away. We're looking at 18 laps left, or a fuel-ish around there. And we're still looking great on tires. So 14 laps left remaining in stage 2 here, folks. 47 of Flash 9, our race leader. The 51, JCR clashing in our 2nd place. 21 of JWoww is back in our 3rd position. 4th position, now belonging to the 4 of Deadman, as the 88 of ScottyB falling back just a little bit, but finding that run back again. So it looks like they got some good battling happening here for that 3rd position. Let's go and drop it in on JWoww.
Really impressed with the tire wear these drivers are getting all race long as well, and especially considering how hard they've been battling side by side and how hard they're pushing as well. There's a lot on the line for this race, even for the non-championship drivers who would love to say that they won the season finale race here for the FRR Pro Cup Championship. So the fact that they're able to make it to the end of these fuel runs with relatively ease on the tires and still have a little bit of tires left at the end is very impressive to me. It shows that they're true wheelmen and they know how to find good speed out of these cars without tearing up the equipment.
I think not just their speed there, but they've also found balance in the cars. They find that balance and they find that speed. That way the cars don't make such aggressive changes throughout their run. Because we all know our cars go through changes and they go through transitions is what we would call them. But the transitions can be very crazy at times with these cars. All of a sudden they're wicked loose, and then 2 laps later, you're going fast again. So again, but that's that balance again. And you want the car to wear evenly. Thus, those transitions in the cars won't come so dramatically.
Oh, what's going on here, but the top 2 have actually started to drive away just a little bit. Flash in the 47, Clashing in the 51. There's about 7 car lengths in between. Clashing in the 51, JCR JWoww was back in the 21. And
Ow!
Whoa, there was contact, wasn't there, Tron?
Oh yeah, buddy! Yeah, that 4 was driving her, dude. He got a little piece of that right rear quarter panel, or left rear quarter panel of the 21 there, got him a little wicked loose, opened the door up, ScottyB just walked right by.
Yeah, but Deadman got a little loose coming out of 4 there, holds onto it, it wasn't anything major, he only went down about a groove, saves it, and he's in 4th now, after JCR JWoww had that issue in the 21 car. The 6 of Captain Cootie scored in 6th, and then it's a little ways back to find the 5 car, field filler running in 7th, just to give everybody an idea on where your favorite FRR Pro Cup driver is running.
Right, got the 5 car up, and it looks like has company with the 12 car right now. Bad Fast Marley set himself on that pole right now, and looking to be running in maybe top 10er around there.
And Marley's playing catch up here a little bit. He knows he has a fast car. He's just been stuck in traffic ever since the start of the race, really. He ran inside the top 5 all race long. He got caught up in 1 or 2 of those earlier incidents that brought out the caution. But for the most part, he's kept the car clean, and it's back to full song. It looks like he's running strong and in 8th position. I think if we get another restart here, Marley will be one to watch.
Yeah, she looks like she's purring now. He's got her on a nice line, kind of getting it set. Get some good exit speed. Looks like the 5 car of field fill is the same way right now. Really finding the center groove. Getting it a little more toward the bottom. And then he's trying to bring her out here nice and fast like. Releasing it properly. There it goes. And then out nice and straight right there. These guys are, again, wearing down on their tires. We should be looking at a 50% closer to their tire wear right now. See in the 60s and 50s. So you're going to start seeing these guys start to wiggle a little bit, and their lines are not going to be quite as smooth. Let's go and check back in with our, wait for a second as we look for the 12 car to be taking over that 7th position. He's looking low now. Bad Fast Marley, that Penske Ford. That 12 machine, that 12 won earlier today in NASCAR over here at Atlanta. So let's see. Maybe he might. Oh man, we shot a car sideways, and oh wow, who was that? That was a 21 of JWoww. What did we miss up toward the front?
I have no idea, Tron, but that was a near miss. Let me tell you, that white and red number 21 car was at a dead stop on the back straightaway, and that was a near collision. That was close.
I mean, man, that was woo! Full speed to stop, man. That's worst case scenario. So I'm pretty sure
JWoww was just up there in 5th.
Yeah.
He was just up there in the top 5 battling with those guys for the